my live stream on LinkedIn Live and Facebook and YouTube. I am Renee Lindo. I'm a personal stylist and I guide women on their style journey from confused and overwhelmed to confident. We do this by creating functional wardrobes with polished outfits that align with their personal brand that allows them to put their hand up for more, to put themselves in situations that maybe they weren't as confident doing before. All of this so they can show up as their best and highest selves. So, if you are joining for the first time, welcome. So glad to have you. And if you're a repeat, good to have you again as well. So, put in the chat if you where you're calling in from or viewing from, I should say. And if this is your first time tuning in to Your Style Matters, that's what it was. I couldn't remember the name of my show. Your Style Matters with Renee. Let me know if you are tuning in for the first time. Welcome. I always like to have these sessions to be very interactive. So if you have questions or comments, please drop them in the chat. I will try to keep an eye on the chat as we go along. Any questions you have, let me know. And I think that's it for the starting off. So today my topic we're going to talk about. So I did a post on LinkedIn earlier in the week, and it's actually today's LinkedIn Live actually is coming out of that. And so the post that we're going to talk about is this one. I hope you can see it. And the title is Make Space for Better. And why I thought we would talk about this is because of some of the comments that I had gotten in response to that. So, make space for better. And for that, with that post, what I was talking about is that in our lives, everywhere where we tend to have so much clutter and stuff, when we take the time to get rid of stuff and purge and just make space for better, it sets us up for so much more. And in particular, I am talking about, of course, your closet, right? That's what I do. This is what I spend my time helping clients to do. So I was talking about um, making room for better in terms of clearing out the closet and just creating a space. So first of all, I should say that your closet, I see it as prime real estate. This is a space that it sets your day up. It's you start your days in your closet getting dressed, and that energy, whether it's a space that is all about you, everything fits, you can easily create outfits and put high vibe outfits together that really speak to who you are, or a space where it's full of stuff that maybe you don't wear anymore, full of stuff that you used to wear, full of stuff that used to fit, and you're scrambling to try to put an outfit together. Different energy, right? So you're spending your morning, if that's the closet you have, spending your morning really scurrying, trying to put something together, put some pieces together that work, that fit, that you feel good in. And so, it sets the tone for your day. So I really want to encourage you to get that closet to a point where it really supports you. I talked about um, our closet really holds a lot of our stories. We know sometimes when I do closet edits with clients, when we go through the pieces, they're able to tell me about, oh yes, I wore this to Johnny's bar mitzvah. I wore this to my niece's graduation, right? So there are stories and memories attached to a lot of the pieces that we own. And so our closet really tells the stories of our lives. And I encourage you to really make it be a space that supports your life now. Think of, and I'm looking at my notes when you see me looking down. It can be stories of maybe a size you were 10 years ago, a job you used to do, a certain part of your lifestyle. And so, if that's no longer your vibe, if that's no longer how you're moving through the world, if that's no longer how you live, then really holding on to those pieces really just cause clutter, right? They no longer serve you. And I really encourage you to create a space that serves you now, not the size you were 10 years ago, right? How does that help you? How does that make you feel great when you walk in your closet and a huge part of it a huge part of your closet is no longer an option, whether the pieces don't fit, whether you don't do that work anymore, whether you just don't like them, right? So instead of having a closet that's this big, you will you're down to a closet that's this big, right? Just in terms of your options. Um, and I have to say as well, I also went through this personally. I changed careers about 4 years ago, left a corporate space, and I was still holding on to my suits, still had them in my closet because I thought, my goodness, I may need them. But really, my lifestyle is different. As an entrepreneur, as a stylist, I'm not wearing those formal corporate suits anymore. And plus, the world has gotten so much more casual anyway. And so I really needed to spend some time, get rid of those suits. Because the other thing is sometimes that clients will say, but I spent money on them. And I get that. I understand you spend money on them, but if they're not serving you now, if they're no longer part of your life and how you choose to live, then really there's no point. They're really just taking up space and being clutter. So, and the same is probably true for you, even if you hadn't changed jobs or careers, even even how you worked or what you wore to work before the pandemic versus what you wear now, I'm sure is probably different. In some ways different. So I encourage you to get rid of things that you no longer wear, that's no longer part of your work attire, so that you have space to bring in items that you love and that's really more what you're going to be wearing every day. And I'm here to tell you something really powerful happens. I even, just another example, I cleaned out this little area that's my office, got rid of a lot of stuff that I just kept piling and piling and piling up, and had stacks of things and just stuff I had. And when I took the time and cleared it out, my goodness, my space just feels much more lively, more alive. I feel creative in this space, uh, and it just doesn't feel junky. And the same type of thing happens in your closet. Something happens when you free yourself of some of the things that are kind of keeping you bogged down, and a cluttered closet does bog you down. What else I want to say? So, and then another thing that happens is when you clear that space, you get excited again about getting dressed. You get excited about, oh, what outfits can I create? I just did a closet edit this week with one of my clients, and she got rid of four bags of clothes. She has lots of suits and blazers, but they no longer fit. And then she also wanted to feel feel bold and powerful and high vibe, and some of the pieces that she had just no longer did it. So it's really powerful when you can get rid of those things. And I really see it as, you can honor the woman you were when you wore those pieces, and have fond memories when you wore them, and how great you looked, and how you killed it, all of that. But as times change and we grow and we mature, our styles may change, and the styles may be different. And what we liked then is no longer our vibe now, and it's okay to let go of those pieces. So today, I'm just going to give you some tips on how I do a closet edit, or how I suggest you do a closet edit, and answer, I think, what a question that many people have about getting rid of how to really get rid of some pieces. And if there's anyone who's just joining, please let me know where you are from. If you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay as well. And good to have you. Okay, so the first thing to have a successful closet edit is to schedule it. If it's not scheduled, it's probably not going to happen. So many times I hear clients says, oh, I've been meaning to do this. I've been meaning to get in my closet. I want to get my closet done, but we always end up putting it off. So schedule it. Have a time that you are going to do this closet edit. And then I suggest get a playlist going, right? Have your favorite tunes. For me, that would be soca and reggae. Have your favorite tunes going, so that you're building a vibe and you're feeling good. It doesn't feel like this enormous task. Uh, your playlist, and then get a beverage, whatever your beverage of choice is. I would suggest water. You may need some water, but you may choose wine or a drink or what have you. But just have something handy. Another thing that you may want to do is invite a trusted friend to join you. She can be a second pair of eyes, and to give you some good feedback on how it fits. If you're not working with a stylist like myself. And then after that, now there are two ways that you can do this for the next step. You can either take everything out of the closet and put it on the bed, and then you start from there, or you can do it by sections. Maybe you're going to say, I'm going to work on my shirts or my tops today, or I'm going to work on my pants, my skirts, my dresses, whatever it is, or this part of the closet I'll work on. So you can do it in sections. Now, for me, I'm an all or none. Everything get it done one time. I don't want to work on a section and then a week later do another section. Some people, because of time constraints or they don't want to feel overwhelmed, that works for them. The goal is you want to just get it done, whichever way works best for you. So as I said, I'm a get everything done right now. So I'm putting them on the bed and working from there. If there are any comments or anything you do differently, let me know. So after you're working with everything on with your items on your bed or the section that you're working with, I suggest you look through those things and you take out the pieces that you love, the pieces that you wear all the time, the pieces that fit you well, the pieces that you feel great in, the pieces that you always reach for. So take those out. So if they're on the bed, take them up from the bed and put them back into the closet. These are the pieces that you love. You know right away you love these pieces, right? And then the next step is to think about what you have left. Think about, why don't I reach for these pieces, right? Why don't I wear these pieces? So that's the overarching thought. And think about it. Is it that they don't fit? You don't like them. They're no longer in style. You forgot about them, because that happens a lot when you have a full and cluttered closet. You forget what you have. And if they don't fit, well, actually, before you do that, I want you to think about what you have left and take out the pieces that they're damaged, they have pills or stains, and you're just not going to wear them, or they've been worn through, so that it looks dingy. If they're white and they're bad colored, and you're not going to wear them. So get rid of those. All those are quick no's, right? Things that are damaged that you're not going to wear. Get rid of those. And then now we're looking at, okay, why don't I wear what is left? Now it could be that it doesn't fit. As I was saying, if it doesn't fit, it's not my vibe. I don't work in that place anymore, so this type of outfit doesn't work for me anymore. Um, so whatever your reasons are, think about why you don't wear it. And then these are some of the key questions that will help you. So after you've done that, you've figured out why you don't wear them. If they don't fit, you're going to get rid of them. And don't keep things that, oh, I'm going to lose these 10 pounds. You know what? If there's something that you really love and you want to try to wear it, I ask you, do you have a plan in place to lose that weight, to get the item to fit? If you do, and you have a program and you're working with somebody, or you're going to the gym, or you're really committed, give yourself a timeline. 6 months, and I'll get into that. If the timeline passes, then you get rid of the piece, right? Make some type of agreement with yourself, so that you don't keep holding on to these pieces that just don't work. And I encourage you, our bodies have changed. Many of us have gained weight. As we age, we may put on some weight where we didn't have weight before. You may just have to give up that ghost and say, okay, it doesn't fit. I'm not going to even stress myself out and to feel discouraged every time I see that piece that no longer fits. Okay, so a few questions to think about when you have the pieces that are left and you're kind of not sure what to do with them. The first thing is, does it fit? So I encourage you to try on your pieces. Does it fit? Does it fit me right now? If it doesn't fit, as I said, put it aside. You're going to take that out. Do you look good in the piece, right? When you try it on, when you put it on, you look great. Do you love it? Is it a piece that you love? Is it still in style? Do you still feel stylish when you wear it? And then my favorite question is this piece a hell yes? When you put it on, it's like, yeah, that's it. That's me. I'm looking fierce. I'm looking fabulous. If it's not a hell yes, then it means it's a no, because you want your items, you want your pieces, you want to feel fantastic in the piece. You're not reaching for it probably because it's all kind of meh. You want to have pieces in your closet where you feel excited about, and you're excited to wear and keep choosing. Another good question is, would I buy this again if it wasn't on sale? Sometimes I'll hear, oh, but I got a great deal. This was only $20 and that's why I bought it. But if you're not wearing it, what's the point of holding on to it? So would you buy it again if it wasn't on sale is a big question. So I think those 5 or so questions are really good to help you to weed through some of the pieces, read through what's left that you're not quite sure what to do with. And then that leads us to the next section, which I really think was the question. So I got the question that really stemmed this. Oh, and it left. And it stemmed this live. And it was from Michelle B. Griffin. And she asked, it's so hard. So, Michelle, if you're watching, thanks for the question. You turned it into a live. Thank you always for commenting and engaging with my posts. And her question was, where is it? It's hard to part with some things. What's your best advice for this? And so when I read that, it sounds to me like it's pieces, she's talking probably about pieces that have sentimental value. So pieces that you really have, they're near and dear. Maybe your grandma gave it to you, or it's significant in some way. So there are a few things. If it's a piece that it's sentimental, but it's no longer in style, it's no longer in fashion, you decide, is it something that you really want to hold on to? Was it a gift that somebody gave you that you really didn't like, but you don't want to hurt their feelings? My position on that is, I'm sure they want you to wear things that you love and not just to hold on to it just because they gave it to you. So I'd say, even if somebody gave it to you, but you don't like it, give it away. Or let them know maybe you changed it for something else, but it hasn't earned the right to be hanging in your closet and taking up space just because somebody gave it to you. Something else that you can do, if you feel that's too harsh and you don't want to do that, take a picture of the item, especially if it's a sentimental piece. Take a picture of the item, keep it on your phone, and you can keep the same, every time you look at it, you'll feel those same feelings again. And then it doesn't take up space in your closet. The other thing is, take it out of your closet and put it in maybe a box. I'm really encouraging you to get that closet to be a space that works for you. If it's not an option in terms of helping you get dressed and putting outfits together, then it hasn't earned the right to remain in the closet, right? The closet is what I call high rent space. You only need pieces in there that are going to work for you. So maybe take them out. Maybe you want to put it in a different closet in your house. I would say no, because that's clutter, adding clutter somewhere else. Another thing is, maybe put it in a box that you keep for a certain time. And again, put a time limit on that box. Okay, I'm going to put it in here for 3 months, 2 months. And if you haven't thought about it, if it's something that you don't really want, then maybe you can get rid of it then. But then that's a stepwise approach. It doesn't feel as drastic as to just taking it out right away and getting rid of it. And I think that's it. Those are the main pieces of what I wanted to chat about today. I don't see any comments. So if you are watching the replay and you have comments, let me know. I'll be glad to chat and respond. But I encourage you to make way for better. And, just to close that loop here, when you get rid of things from your closet and you have so much more space, it frees up the space for you to accept new things, to accept new energy, for you to accept new outfits, new ways of doing things, and to be high vibe and to be excited about getting dressed again. So I really encourage that. So think about creating space or making space for better. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Remember those questions. Do I love it? Do I feel amazing in it? Would I buy it again if it wasn't on sale? Does it fit me now? And is it a hell yes? I think keying into those questions will really help you, if you're uncertain, help you to weed out and really create a space that serves you and a space that you enjoy going into. Okay, so you take care. Thanks for joining me and see you next week.